The day the moon came for breakfast. It was in a quiet town named Hiccupsville. A curious little boy named Max had a very unusual dream. He dreamt that the moon was hungry, very, very hungry. In the dream, the moon wobbled down from the sky like a giant glowing pancake, landing right in Max's backyard. "Hey, Max," the moon said in a voice as soft as a marshmallow. "Do you have any breakfast?" "I'm starving." Max blinked and rubbed his eyes. "Aren't you supposed to be up in the sky? What are you doing in my backyard?" The moon gave a big, round yawn. "I had a long night. I lit up the stars, watched over the tides, and dodged space cows. It's exhausting work. Now, what's for breakfast?" Max scratched his head and thought. "I don't think we have anything moon-sized in the fridge." The moon looked disappointed. "Not even a little snack?" Max raced to the kitchen, determined to find something. He opened the fridge door and grabbed the biggest thing he could find, a watermelon. He rolled it out to the backyard, and the moon gobbled it up in one big bite. Crunch! Juicy! "But I think I'm still hungry," the moon said, now glowing a bit brighter. Max ran back inside and brought out a whole loaf of bread, a dozen eggs, and a pot of leftover spaghetti. The moon slurped, chomped, and swallowed everything in seconds. "Still hungry," said the moon, its glow now so bright, Max had to squint. Max was running out of ideas. Just then, he heard a familiar bark. His dog, Pickles, a fluffy brown cocker spaniel, came trotting over with a tennis ball in his mouth. Pickles loved playing fetch more than anything else in the world, except maybe sleeping by the fire. Max picked up the ball and had an idea. "Hey, Mr. Moon, ever tried a game of fetch?" The moon's eyes sparkled. "Fetch? What's that?" Max threw the ball as hard as he could, and Pickles dashed after it. The moon watched, fascinated. Pickles brought the ball back, wagging his tail. "I want to try," the moon said eagerly. Max threw the ball again, this time towards the park. But instead of Pickles fetching it, the moon rolled across the yard like a giant glowing bowling ball, chasing the tennis ball. It was quite a sight. People peeking out their windows couldn't believe their eyes. The moon rolled through the park, across the street, and down to the lake, giggling the whole way. It was having the time of its life. When the moon finally rolled back, it looked a bit rounder and much happier. "That was the most fun I've ever had," the moon said, glowing so brightly that it lit up the whole town. Max smiled. "I'm glad you liked it. Maybe next time you're hungry, we'll just play fetch instead." The moon chuckled. "Deal. But now I should probably head back up to the sky. I have stars to shine and space cows to avoid." Max waved as the moon floated back up into the sky, twinkling like a giant, happy light bulb. That night, as Max lay in bed, he looked out the window at the moon. It winked at him. Max grinned, knowing that tomorrow might bring another unexpected visitor, maybe Mars? Or Saturn? Who knew? But for now, Max closed his eyes and dreamed of glowing pancakes and giant games of fetch. And in the sky, the moon was still glowing, full and content. The end.